Okay, hello everybody. Once again, after a long time, Nicola was sick and now I'm proud she's recovering well. Now we are back to serious business now. We are back to our normal classes. So in this month of February, we'll start with harvesting. That is the class I have today. So many people, after producing their food, they don't know what to do next, how to harvest and the best way.
Can I just say hello, everybody, and thank you so much for your patience. Duncan has been very, very patient. It is my honor to serve this work, and thank you for your patience. My apologies, Duncan. I just wanted to say that. Carry on. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. So let's start from the meaning of harvesting. Meaning of harvesting. It's just to gather a crop or reap. Just to gather a crop or reap. What is called harvesting? What is called harvesting? Harvesting is cutting and gathering of ripened crops. Harvesting is cutting and gathering of ripened crops. Methods of harvesting. The stages of harvesting are reaping, threshing, cleaning, and hulling. Those are the methods of harvesting.
What's the last word? Sorry, Duncan. Is it hoarding or holing?
Hulling.
H-O-L-I-N.
H-A-U-L-I-N-G.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Excellent.
So these are the types of hand harvesting. So these are hand harvesting. Purpose of harvesting. We carry on. Purpose of harvesting. Harvesting is the process where farmers collect ripe fruits or crops from the field. The harvesting is very important to store the crops in a proper manner and to sell in future. If proper harvesting is not done, then the product will not be able to be sold in future or maybe consumed. Next, harvesting the environment. Direct harvesting means to take a species out of its environment. Direct harvesting means to take a species out of its environment. We need to directly harvest organisms for resources that support our population. We need to directly harvest organisms for resources that support our population as human beings. However, overfishing and the use of drift nets have threatened acquired aquatic biodiversity. So people who do fishing should not like overfish and the using of direct nets. So they threaten aquatic biodiversity. So that is the point. Somebody may ask, is harvesting part of farming? And this is the answer. Farm activities are hauling, harvesting.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, my dear, what was that last word?
Hauling.
Ah, okay. No, say it from the other sentence. Somebody may ask, is harvesting part of farming?
Yeah, is harvesting part of farming? Somebody may ask.
Okay.
Farm activities are hauling, harvesting crops, spraying fields, seedling, tilling fields, breeding cows, vaccinating calves, pasturing livestock, and feeding livestock. Principle of harvesting. So this is now the basic principle of harvesting. The basic principle of water harvesting is to capture precipitation falling in one area. The basic principle of water harvesting is to capture precipitation falling in one area and transfer it to another, thereby increasing the amount of water available in the latter. So precipitation is rainfall. That is the term known. So precipitation is a term derived from geography. I read it when I was in my high school. So yeah. 5 steps of harvesting. 5 steps of harvesting. No, I mean 4, not 5. Therefore, the 4 steps of harvesting are reaping, threshing, cleaning, and transporting. Reaping, threshing, cleaning, and transporting. Utilizing cutting-edge technologies to harvest crops is crucial since it decreases grain waste and improves grain quality and quantity. Utilizing cutting-edge technology to harvest crops is crucial since it decreases grain waste and improves grain quality and quantity. Reaping is the act of harvesting grain or pulses by cutting them in seed, sickle, or reaper. So these are types of tools used in harvesting. Methods of harvesting in fruits and vegetables. Methods of harvesting in fruits and vegetables. Hand harvesting. Harvesting with hand tools. Harvesting with machinery. So machinery is appropriate where field is too big, where hand cannot be used. So you may prefer use of machinery. Factors of harvesting. Factors of harvesting. While the major factor determining the time of harvest is the maturity of the crop. While the major factor determining the time of harvesting is the maturity of crop. Other factors such as weather, availability of harvest equipment, pickers, packing and storage facilities, and transport are important considerations. After growing the crops you want to harvest, so during harvest, how will you transport your crop? Which type of tools you want to use? So those are and also after harvesting, you need also to have storage facilities where you will keep them. So those are very important considerations during harvesting. Like in Nature's Promise and P1, I harvested maize, and it was like a quarter acre of land, and I got 1 sack of maize. And before that, I considered how will I harvest the crop, transporting, and how storage facilities are used.
Can I just ask you a question? You might just be about to cover it. What about, do you have to keep the storage very dry? Must it be very dry, the storage area?
Yes, the storage area should be dry, because along grains, when they came in contact with the water, it will not be good. They will go bad, and some will start like germinating. Like beans is very easy. If you just put water, you will find they start germinating.
Okay.
When they are dry. So
okay.
Yeah, so the place should be dry.
Hello to this other person. Hello.
Hello.
Is that you, Bruno?
Hi. Yes, it's hi.
Hello, Bruno. Hello.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good.
Factors determining the time of harvesting. Factors determining the time of harvesting. There are many factors that influence harvesting date, including soil fertility, precipitation, and temperature. So these are the factors that determine the time of harvesting. So it will depend with how your soil is fertile, the crops will grow faster, they will not have stunted growth. When there's a good enough rainfall, your crops will grow also faster. And also temperature is much considered. As a result of actual days to maturity may be different from year to year. So maturity can be different, varying year to year. Therefore, a gardener needs to be aware uh, of these clues that indicates vegetable is ripe for picking. So the gardener should have the clue of if it shows that the vegetable is ripe or ready for picking. So those are the factors that determine the time of harvesting. So stages of harvesting. We have got the stages of harvesting, and as an overview, the harvest cycle can be broken down into 3 steps. First one is seeding, in bracket the actual planting and cultivation uh, of the seed, which requires adequate soil, The next one is watering, the tending and growing of the crop, and the harvest itself. When the fruit of labor come in, when the fruit of labor comes in. Tools used for harvesting. Tools used for harvesting. The hand sickle is used to harvest crops like wheat, maize, barley, pulses, and grass, and many other crops. Tools used for harvesting. The hand sickle is used to harvest crops like wheat, maize, barley, pulses, and grass, and some other types of crops. Common method of harvesting. Common method of harvesting. Manual harvesting is a traditional and common method to harvest fruits. Manual harvesting is a traditional and common method to harvest fruits. Although it's labor intensive, it is intensive, manual harvesting is particularly popular for fruits that have large time windows for optimal maturity, or for fruits that are marketed for direct consumption, or fruits that are marketed for direct consumption. Are we together?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Who has a question up to where I've reached?
Can I ask?
Yeah, you can ask.
Maybe while harvesting something like maize or maize, let us say maize, which tool are we likely mostly to use?
Sickle.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I just that is what I discussed just in about 1 minute, past 1 minute ago. I just said it. So it's sickle. So sickle is the hand sickle is used for to harvest wheat, maize, barley, pulses, grass, and everything, and many more types of crops. Even watermelons you can cut with the sickle at the edges. The best way for harvesting. The best way for harvesting. Pickers should harvest with care. Pickers should harvest with care by snapping, cutting, or pulling the fruit or vegetable from the plant in the least damaging manner. In the least damaging manner. In the least damaging manner. So during harvesting, you should be careful. You should be more careful. The tips of knife should be rounded to minimize inadvertent gouges and excess damage to perennial plants. The tips of knife should be rounded to minimize inadvertent gouges and excess damage to perennial plants. Knives and clippers should always be well sharpened. Knives and clippers should always be well sharpened. Best harvesting tools. Best harvesting tools. The first one, pyramid double-edged sickle. Pyramid double-edged sickle. Fruit harvest blade with nylon net. Fruit harvest blade with nylon net. Pyramid carved knife. Pyramid carved knife. Conca flora secatua. Conca flora secatua. Green season straight blade cutter. The handle. Factors to consider during and after harvesting. So these are the main factors you should consider during and after harvesting. Using best post-harvest handling practices or factors such as optimum temperature, right relative humidity, right gases in storage, and in best physical handling procedures to maintain the quality after harvest is also critical. Using best post-harvest handling practices or factors such as optimum temperature, right relative humidity, right gases in storage, and the best physical handling procedures to maintain the quality after harvest is also critical. Symptoms of harvesting. Symptoms of harvesting. The general symptoms of harvest maturity are yellowing of leaves, drying of grains or pods. So when you see your plants have got yellowing of leaves, this is also known as it's mainly seen in groundnuts and also maize. So this my crop is almost mature, ready for harvesting. Drying of grains or pods. So when you see there are some of the pods, so this is also in beans. Crops is harvested as physiological maturity when there is need to vacate the field for sowing another crop. Under all other situations, it is advisable to follow harvest maturity. Under all other situations, it is advisable to follow harvest maturity. How do you prepare harvesting? The 5 tips to prepare for harvest. The 5 tips to prepare for harvest. The first one, know your crops and make a plan. Know your crops and make a plan. Make a rough outline of the crops, and varieties you view these years. Prepare your equipment, likely the most obvious tip on your list, but quiet, possibly most important. Keep it clean. Keep equipment clean too. Diagnose and document problems right away. Diagnose and document problems right away. If you have a question, you can ask before I proceed.
I do have a question, because the issue here is, and again, this is a very basic question because I'm such a basic learner, all right, is are you going to do a harvest every 6 months, all right, or every 3 months?
Yeah, like here in Kenya, we have got 2 seasons.
Plus,
So it's like we have 2 seasons. This season starts at March, and it's like 3 months after. It's like 3 to 4 months. It's
Okay.
like 3 to 4 months.
Okay. And then I'm
Depending on the
assuming,
type.
sorry, carry
So
on. Sorry.
it depends with the type of crop you grow. You know, some crops mature fast.
But then when you've got that crop, you want that food to last quite some time, I imagine. You're not just going to have that whole crop quickly. So you want to store that food. So my question is, how do you store that as well?
May you pardon?
When you have your harvest,
Yeah.
I imagine, now you correct me, that you want that food to last for some months.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you store that food?
Okay. That is very simple. You know, we have got sacks. If you want to, like, for example, if you have got, let's say, maize or beans, and you want to store it for
Yes.
this longer period of time,
Yes.
then you just use sacks, and you make sure you dry this of your maize well, and you keep it in a safe place. And you know, mostly the maize are mostly attacked by aphids.
Right.
So what you do, either you can put ash inside your grains to prevent aphids from attacking your grains inside the sack, or there is a special sack that has got a polythene inside. So long
Okay.
as you store everything inside, then you tie, then your crop is safe even for until next year. You have no problem.
Okay. And when you take the maize, you take the whole stalk of maize. You don't take off the seeds, do you? You have the whole stalk of maize to store it. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Sorry, it's just my ignorance. Thank you. It's very interesting. Thank you.
It's okay. I love questions.
Very interesting.
First step in the
Hello.
harvest process. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, but I think taking the whole of it without taking out the seeds, maybe we should be the best method of storing that we use the granary.
Yeah, but what if
Yeah.
you don't have the granaries? Because in the modern technology now, we were we don't most of the people don't have a granary. It was a traditional form of storing crops, but now people don't have granary because they feel granary is not secure, because granary was placed outside and somebody feels like and there is only just as a small door left on top, and you climb inside with a ladder when you want to remove your crops, so people feel like it's not secure. Somebody can just come
Okay.
inside and take everything. So that's why most of the people now they use sacks. There's special sacks for storing grains and everything which they want to use in future. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So are you okay, Nicola?
Yes, I'm fine. We're on first step in the harvest process. Excellent.
Okay. First step in the harvest process. The first step in harvesting your crops is to cut from your plant the branches that have buds. Are we together?
Yes.
The first step in
Yeah.
harvesting your crops is to cut from your plant in the branches that have got buds. Traditional tool for harvesting. Traditional tool for harvesting. Sickle is the traditional tool used by hand for harvesting. It is used for cutting the crops by hand. It is used for cutting the crops by hand. Precautions to be taken during harvesting. Precautions to be taken during harvesting. During harvesting, ensure that the operator should wear tight clothing and secure their hair to avoid entanglement. To avoid entanglement. To avoid entanglement. Benefits of harvesting. The benefits of rainwater harvesting system are listed below. The benefits of rainwater harvesting system are listed below. Less cost. Helps in reducing the water bill. Helps in reducing the water bill. Decreases the demand for water. Decreases the demand for water. Promotes both water and energy conservation. Promote both water and energy conservation. Improves the quality and the quantity of groundwater. Improves the quality and the quantity of groundwater. Consequences of harvesting. Consequences of harvesting. Intensive harvesting for energy production removes disproportionate amount of nutrients. Intensive harvesting of energy production removes a disproportionate amount of nutrients relative to biomass and may also lead to site degradation or off-site impacts resulting from use of heavy equipment or sensitive soils or sensitive soils. Intensive harvesting for energy production removes disproportionate amount of nutrients relative to biomass and may also lead to the site degradation of off-site impacts resulting from use of heavy equipment on sensitive soils. So that is the consequence of harvesting. Principle of harvesting. Now here also people they also think, oh, we have principle of permaculture. Here also we have got the principle of harvesting. Bruno, you can mute because the background noise is affecting the recording process. Principle of harvesting. The basic principle of water harvesting is to capture precipitation falling is in one area and transfer it to another area, thereby increasing the amount of water available in the latter. The basic principle of water harvesting is to capture precipitation falling in one area and transfer it to another, thereby increasing the amount of water available in the latter. That is the principle of harvesting. Just a surprise for you. To the farmers who do good work, this is what Jesus said about harvest. Even the Bible talked about harvest. So, what Jesus said about the harvest, he said to his disciples, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. So, I can just explain a little bit of this. I can relate it with what Jesus said. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Of course, there are big lands where people don't plant. You see? It means that if people can plant, the harvest will be plentiful. But people who are now planting are few. These workers who plant, they are very few. They are not many. They are few. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. So we need to teach people how to grow their own food to enable the workers to be many, because the harvest is plentiful, but only the workers are few. But nature provides everything. So why don't we teach people to grow their own food? This shows you that nature provides everything you need. But it's now through your hard work and how you toil that will determine how you will harvest.
There's also the issue here. This is what's so good about organic permaculture, is that you can get this really good yield from the land. You don't damage the earth while you get that harvest, and that is like so incredible. So there's enough for everyone while there's no damage to the planet. So you're actually increasing the fertility and increasing the abundance.
Yes, of course. That's why I'm saying nature provides everything.
Yes.
And as human beings are the people who are destroying nature by using fertilizers. But when
Precisely.
you work with nature the way it is, then nature will provide for you everything you want. You see, today on my farm, I was collecting seeds. On my farm, the local vegetable seeds. And nature also provides for me medicinal plants in my farm, whereby if you are hurt in the farm and you are bleeding and the bleeding doesn't stop, then you use the plant to stop the bleeding process.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Nature provides everything.
Amazing.
What the Bible said about planting and harvesting. Today I'm also a preacher of harvesting. What Bible said about planting and harvesting. Remember this. The one who plants few seeds will have a small harvest. But the one who plants a lot will have big harvest. This is what we are being told. The one who plants few seeds will have small harvest. But the one who plants a lot will have big harvest. That is why I'm expanding nature's promise. Because I want to plant more seeds. Each one of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give. Each one of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give. You should not give it if it makes you unhappy, or if you feel you are forced to do something. So this is just the art of working. Don't work because I'm forced to work, or you are not so happy with what you are doing, but do it with all your heart, and nature will reward you abundantly. We have got the main goal of harvest. Main goal of harvest. The main goal of harvest is to maximize crop yield and minimize any crop losses and quality deterioration. To maximize crop yield and minimize any crop losses and quality deterioration. So that is the main goal of harvest. I know many of us don't know that. I'm sure many people don't know that. But that is the main goal of harvest, is to maximize crop yield and minimize any crop loss and quality deterioration. So that is the main goal of harvest. The last subtopic, importance of harvesting. Importance of harvesting. The completion of harvesting marks the end of the growing season or the growing cycle for a particular type of crop. And the social importance of this event make it the focus of seasonal celebrations such as harvest festivals found in many cultures and religions. The completion of harvesting marks the end of the growing season or the growing cycle for a particular crop, and the social importance of these events make it the social importance of these, such as harvest festivals found in many cultures and religions. Thank you so much for listening to my class. I'm proud.
Thank you, Duncan. Very, very interesting. I've got another question. So say, for example, maize is kept in bags. What about things like tomatoes? Do you dry out your produce to get it to last longer?
No. we have got crops like tomatoes, cabbages, and like watermelons. These crops, they go bad easily.
Yes,
So
exactly.
these types of crops, you can't keep them for long.
Okay.
So, like tomatoes,
Mm.
during harvest, if you have ready market, if you grow tomatoes, or because tomatoes, if you grow tomatoes already, you have got ready market if you want to sell them,
Okay.
because people eat tomatoes every day,
Okay.
and even you can't take tomatoes even with a week, because many people will come for them.
Okay.
Yeah. So tomatoes, if you want your tomatoes, like say you grew tomato in a larger scale and you want your tomatoes to last longer, what you do, you only pick the ripe ones that you want to sell, or you pick the unripe ones. So they will just they will ripe, and later you will sell them, so they will stay for long.
Okay.
So if you want, for example, if you want tomatoes to stay for long, you pick the like they are already, like they are mature to be harvested, but they are not yet ripe. You pick the unripe ones, which are almost like they have ripe, but they are not fully,
Okay.
So this one will stay for long.
Okay. All right. Now my question is so you have, I'm asking very basic questions because I'm always trying to, because this is what I want to know, and I hope it reflects the other questions that other people want to have. So you have got 2 seasons. Yeah. So you harvest at the end of your 2 seasons. Yeah. March, I think, and September. All right. Okay. Now my question is, are you able from those 2 seasons to have food that lasts for the whole year?
Yes, depending on the type of food you are growing. We have people growing food for consumption and people growing food for market.
Okay.
So, if like most of the people grow maize, sorghum, sweet potato, beans. Beans can last even up to next year.
Okay. 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 So you have those super valuable. Sorry.
Even the maize harvested now can be kept and be used next year. Okay. Beans harvested now can be well stored and be used next year.
Okay. Okay. So they are very, very good, basic, high energy, high protein crops that you can, like high carbohydrate, high energy crops that will last for the whole year and store really well. The beans and the maize. Okay. That's an excellent, then that makes a lot of sense. And then the other ones are quicker. And so you don't keep everything from the other ones, and you're careful when you pick them. And some of them are for immediate consumption and some of them are for market. And that's how you juggle it. Is that right?
Yeah, that is how you can do it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like for now, in Nature's Promise, where I'm now preparing, so where I want to expand, there are tomatoes there. And already I have some people who are telling me, if your tomatoes are ready, you can give me, you have booked, you can sell them to me.
Okay. Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah. You see?
Yeah.
And also we have got the sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes you can take, and they can, sweet potatoes can take like even a week. And when you can take them to the market, they also have got demands in the market.
Yeah.
Most of the times now, most of the people now are depending on these potatoes, cassava.
Yeah.
This type of crops which are good for human health,
Yeah. High energy crops, high carbohydrate, high protein.
People are nowadays don't depend on this junk food,
This is good.
They don't want to get more involved in junk food.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Perfect. Long life. Stay away from the chemicals. Long life. No jokes.
Yeah.
No jokes. Serious.
No jokes.
Yeah.
Very serious.
Yeah, very, very serious. The chemicals, all the sugar and all of those things, they also create environments where it's easy for things like cancer to flourish, you know, all of these other things, diabetes, all of those other things. They're not good at all. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Bruno. Thank you, Duncan. Very, very interesting as usual. And thank you for answering my questions.
It's fine.
Right. So in our next class, we're going to look at how you start again.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah.
Excellent. Bruno, can we see you?
Yeah. And in this class, everyone can participate if you like. How you can start again. Yeah.
I'm very interested. It's always an
free class
education.
to everybody.
Very
it's not
interesting.
only like for me alone. It's a free class to everybody.
Excellent.
So
excellent.
People can you can check what you you will just make the Zoom class and post so people can look there. Yeah.
Hello, Bruno. Hello, Bruno. I will get back to you. I've seen your message and I will get back to you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. I've just been a bit slow. Okay. Thank you. Okay. How are you? Are you well? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine and everything is going well. Always come to visit me. It tells me what to do in my farm.
Excellent. Brilliant. Brilliant. Fantastic. Fantastic. Duncan.
You're
back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Do you want to say hello to everybody on your channel? You do you. You can finish the class if you want, and we can stop the recording, etc. And then you can, but it's your call. It's your choice.
Yeah, I can finish the class and we can talk later, Okay. Thank you everyone for the class. Please do not forget to subscribe to DANCAN Stanley Farming. Please subscribe and share and also like my videos.
Absolutely. And remember that as usual, there will be the handouts for this class. The link is in the description box below. You can follow the link and download the handouts for the class so that you have all of the instructions. You can download those onto your phone, or you can download them and print them out, but you will have them at least on your phone, and they're in photograph form and they're in PDF form. So you can just literally keep all that information there for yourself. Okay. You will have it. You can download it and keep the course information. Excellent. All right. Excellent.
Yeah. Have a beautiful February.
Yes.
Beautiful, continue doing the wonderful work, Bruno. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well done, Bruno. Looking incredible.
Nature will reward you. And remember, this time we have got the advantage because always in January and February we expect SAR to be hot, but now it's raining.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's nice.
Very useful. Very useful indeed. Very useful indeed. My dears, thank you so very much, Duncan. Thank you so very much for everything.
We are also sorry for your sickness, and nobody has healed you up.
It's okay. It's just that now I have to be a bit slow, all right, because it's a bit sensitive. I won't go into the whole drama, but thank you for your patience, everybody. Thank you for your patience, step by step. Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. I do have medication and it is working and blah, blah, blah. All right, yeah. You're going to say goodbye, Duncan?
Yes, I wish you all the best and have a wonderful week. See you soon in the next class. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.